Friday, Q&A. Fanmail, lovely fire. It's not actually cold enough here to really need a fire, but it is chilly and damp, so I figured I would come in here and do this format again, as you seem to like it, and it is quite cozy. Hopefully the fire actually catches. We'll see. Let's see, what news? Well, it's the new year. I had my New Year's ramblings. I talked about, so I will be going to a number of events this year. I haven't actually fully announced them as those videos get announced, or those events get announced. I will talk about them here. They'll get their own videos, all of that. And we'll start getting organized for some of those big events, which ought to be a lot of fun. Let's answer some questions. And then the fire seems to be going. Let's answer some questions. Big picture. Would you ever consider modding a Rhino fire? Absolutely. I do intend to eventually. Jim Powers, did you plan on reviving the escalating loadout videos? I think I talked about that in the New Year's video. Yes, I do plan to. I had a bunch that I was going to do and then just never got around to them. Alex Price, would you like a billhook or halberd for a Nerf medieval loadout? Not for Nerf. Polearms aren't really great for Nerf, in my opinion. If I were doing something like more LARP or medieval recreation type stuff, then yes, I would obviously love to have a bill because it's just such a fabulous weapon. But it doesn't really, I don't think, lend itself well to, at least not to my style of Nerf melee combat. I'd rather have some manner of sword. Morton Will, any plans for Eurotrip 2 Ectactic? Ectactic? What kind of a trip do you think this is? Thomaru. Ectactic. Ugh. Sounds painful. Yes, I do plan to do another trip to Europe. I think I mentioned that in, again, the New Year's. A lot of these got answered in the New Year's video. But I plan to do more south. I want to go into Switzerland and France rather than up into the Netherlands and Denmark. So, yeah, that's the plan. Though I will be going to Foam Fest to start. So, Brian Drake. 1. Do you prefer the original Elite line over Elite 2.0? Oh, good lord, yes. The Elite line was infinitely better than the Elite 2.0. 2.0 is a tragedy, almost a war crime in many ways. And 2, from the personal experience between the original N-Strike line and the N-Strike Elite line, which was better for modding? Again, Elite, hands down. The old N-Strike line were all reverse plunger. The only one from that line that wasn't was the, that I can think of, was the long shot. And that is why that one was so beloved by modders. But there were, of course, then Elite long shots. But pretty much everything else, the Elite line was far superior. Comic Nerd, what are Uber burgers and Buff? An Uber burger is a burger that I make for myself once or twice a year, usually for 4th of July and my birthday. It's about 1/3 of a pound of beef, so it's a lot of beef, cooked square. Then on top of that, you have a thick slice of extra sharp Tillamook white cheddar. And then what I refer to as cloth of bacon, where you take several strips of bacon and weave them into a cloth of it, where that goes on top. And then a slice of extra sharp Tillamook cheddar. And it's served on dense toast, and preferably with a root beer float. I refer to that as an Uber burger. And Buff is just French for beef, and it is my take on a technically pot roast. It's beef. I use eye of round roast, slow cooked in a crock pot with gravies and juices, and served on mashed potatoes, preferably with a root beer float. Delightful. Modding Wizard, what was your best nerfing moment of this year? Oh, there were so many good ones. The whole of UMBC, really. Having so much of the auxiliary there and seeing them in action. There was one particular moment where one of my Lance Corporals, they got tagged by one of the super zombies that made it so you had to go down on a knee for 30 seconds. You could still shoot, but you couldn't move. And the Lance Corporal assumed that this was it, this is where they died. And then suddenly, Sergeant Deplorable was on their right, and Sergeant Spectre and Corporal Joker were on their left, and the line formed, and the line was held, and they were saved, and it was just a beautiful, beautiful moment. If I can find a picture of it, it will be here. Just magnificent. Blaster of Disaster 900. Is there an auxiliary in Poland or in the continent of Europe? Well, as we've established, yes. My entire trip through Europe was only made possible because of the auxiliary. Most of the people that hosted me were auxiliary. The people who helped plan it all, the people who gave me tours, gave me housing. That was all auxiliary. There's auxiliary all over the world at this point. Less kind of now than it used to be, because it used to be this big public thing, and that ended up not really surviving the plague and some other issues, and so it's now more of a smaller private thing, but that is still out there, and anyone who wants to consider themselves a member of the auxiliary is welcome to do so. The primary purpose for the auxiliary is to act as a militia that I can call on when I go to the big HVZs, and I want to have a solid squad to lead. I call on the auxiliary to come to fight with me. But the concept of the auxiliary being a positive force within the community is still something that I support. And if you are someone who would fight alongside me in an HVZ, if you were ever able to, then you are welcome to consider yourself auxiliary. So if that is something that you would be willing to do should I ever be in Poland, then by all means, welcome to the auxiliary. Loikfa. I don't know how that's supposed to be pronounced. If you had to pick one meat, fruit, vegetable, grain, fungi, or other foods to eat for a year, what would it be? I'm pretty sure if you only ate a single food for a year, you would die. So I'm going to pick one of each. Meat, I would go with beef, just because there's so many things you can do with it. And so many of my own recipes involve beef. Fruit, oranges. I would not be able to live without my orange juice. Vegetable, probably green beans. I do like me some green beans. I don't know if potato. I think that technically is a potato. Is potato a vegetable, or is it a starch that then goes under grain? I don't know. You can ask the people. For grain, wheat, because of bread and noodles. Fungi, don't touch the stuff. I despise mushrooms. Won't eat them, or don't want them. And other food, cheese. Cheese, if I can't have cheese, what's the point? Brandon Keller. Is there a Mrs. Captain Xavier? Are there any mini captains? No. No, there isn't, nor is there likely ever to be, for reasons. Behave yourself. The fires need some help. Well, I'm almost to the end. We'll get to the end, and then I'll deal with the fire. Bristol 03 Hunter. Do you know of any good, cheap Hyperfire flywheels? Well, any flywheels made for Nerf will fit in the Hyperfire. So go to Out of Darts' website and pick the cheapest flywheels they've got. They'll work. Probably going to end up being worker ones. I think they've got the cheapest. And Zachary Albert, have you ever thought of redoing your full body armor to use for Nerf? If you mean my medieval armor, no. No, that would be ridiculous. If you mean my old heavy infantry armor, yeah, that is something I'm slowly working on. I'll probably end up going with a lighter vest. The whole plate carrier isn't necessary. So I could ditch the heavy plate carrier and move like the shoulder armor to a lighter vest. It would probably look more or less the same and wouldn't be as heavy. Maybe. We'll see. I do occasionally just like to put on the heavy because it makes me feel all big and tough. Okay, I can just burn this. In you go. There we go. I need to get some tongs. I don't have any fireplace tongs. Alright, shove this big one on here and see if it'll take. It might not. We'll see. Surely it won't do it any harm. Alright. Now to the loot. After these messages. I have two package, a little one, a big one, and one letter that appears to be from a friend from my medieval recreation days. I assume this is Christmas, New Year's well-wishings. That would be my guess. We will see. Peace and love throughout the season. Sure enough. May 2023 bring you tons of joy, peace, fun, laughs, music, adventure, excitement, and abundance. Hugs. And on to the new year. Michelle and Michael. Yes, this. I don't know if any. I'm sure at least that his name has to have come up in some of my story times about when I did medieval recreation. This was Sir Mikos, one of the finest men that I have ever had the pleasure to know. And so I appreciate it. Thank you very much. All right. We have a small package. I have no idea what this is about. It's a book! Must be ascending from, I would assume, Sparky Santos. It looks like the sort of book he would send. A parody of J.R.R. Tolkien's The Lord of the Rings, Board of the Rings, by Harvard Lampoon. That is hilarious. Yes, that sounds wonderful. I don't know what this is about, but it sounds fantastic. Board of the Rings. Yes. It's going to be a great read. Just the cover looks, there's weirdness. I don't know what's going on. It's all weird. It's weird. It's weird, man. Thank you. Thank you. I love weird books. All right, and finally we have, as no one should be surprised, a package from the inestimable Daniel Dillman. So, this is a big one. This could take a while. A note! It's been sealed. Aha! Now I know what you look like. I always kind of wondered. Beautiful family. Beautiful family. Behavioral stuff. Hello, Captain. I am sorry. I can't imagine what you're sorry for. I dropped off the face of the earth since July. That'll happen, man. My wife and I moved into a house finally, and things, as always, get busy. Buying a water softener, new oven, dishwasher, adulty things, yes. While I haven't sent you anything in about half a year, that doesn't mean I haven't collected anything for you in that time. Double negative? Bad grammar? How is life in Oregon? Having a good Christmas? I don't live in Oregon. I live in Washington. Was I in Oregon recently? I don't think so. Might have gone down to Portland for some shopping. Anyway. Our little guy, Hayden, is 1 year and 2 months and full of energy. My dreams of having a child that will sit down and let me read to him or her has so far been shattered. He doesn't stop moving. I need to catch up on your videos. I need to make time for your end of the year build series. Yeah, that's a long one. In the second box that is heading your way, I have a Nerf Ultra 2 you can use for parts. And a Strife. You can never have too many Strifes. And I won't spoil all the fun. Again, I'm terrible with keeping in touch. I will do better. Have a wonderful day. Hope this reaches you and finds you in good spirits. It does. It does. Dan. Sprecher lover, Lego sorter, Halo fan, thrifter, etc. Sir, you need not apologize for life. Life happens. You owe me nothing, and I appreciate everything that you sent me. Aha! Albanese Gummies. I just finished the bag last night that I had. So, yay! More Albanese Gummies, for they are my favorite. Vortex rounds, lovely. Never have too much Vortex tissue paper. What's going on the fire? Foamy things, including a foam donut, foam ice cream, and a foam loaf of bread. Oh, I know some people that are getting that hucked at their head. We got Lego. Ooh, Blacktron, some old hard to find Blacktron, but what even is that? I don't know if that is Lego. It is Lego, and I've never seen it before in my life. I'm going to have to do some research about those parts. What are those? It says Lego. Weird. Those are Blacktron parts, and I love them. What else do we have? A bag of, looks like, I think it's at least part of the Lego movie set. Whether it's all in here or not, I'm not. It sure doesn't look like it. Now there's definitely only bits. I got the arms, the legs of a raptor, and nothing else. It's fun. Maybe it might be in here somewhere. Tissue paper. Star Wars napkins from 1980. Good Lord. That's weird and cool. You're not wanting to. You are still a little wet, apparently. You're working on it. You're working on it. All right, we've got what appears to be a bin of random Lego. Just random stuff. A bit of a snow speeder. I think that's supposed to be Groot. I don't know what that's from. Yep, just random Lego. Most excellent. Most excellent. We've got more. Oh, this is old Lego, though. That is some vintage Lego there. You can feel it being old. Oh, I needed more of those engines, I think, in that color, perhaps. Very good. Very good. Excellent. Excellent. Very, very good. A sword. A firm piratical sword. And it is, in fact, official Lego. This will go on the wall in my pirate room upstairs. We've got a thing. I don't know what this is. It looks like something from Wakanda. Would be my guess. Based on the figure. Maybe. I'm not sure. But it's a set. It's Lego. It's in a bag. We have some Lego dots. Oh, that's the bracelet with the dots. Very cool. Very cool. Instructions. A bunch of instructions for sets that may or may not be in here. Ooh, old Whistler darts in package. Looks like they might have been opened once, but we'll let that slide. Oh, a pin. How do I open it? Oh, gotta get it open. Minifigures. A whole bit of minifigures, including, oh, there are some good ones in here. Some old Forestmen. Bib Fortuna. I did not have Bib Fortuna. Some Rebels. Some random. A horse. Oh, Old Space. Good, good, good. More Forestmen. Good stuff. A Santa Claus. How fitting given the season. A Santa Claus. A chest. Some soccer goalies that I will be turning into... Ooh, a chest full of gold. Nice. Very cool. Very cool. I look forward to going through that and seeing what all is fully in there. Very good. Oh, and a pterodactyl. See if I can get it to close again. Aha! Alright. We've got dubiousness in bins. Oh, good Lord! It looks like Series 20, like a whole bunch of Series 23 minifigs. Yup! Lord have mercy! Looks like 4 boxes of 12. That one looks like it was opened at one point. Dubious. But they're all still in there. I'm gonna have to make an entire video on my Lego channel of just opening all of them. Because that is pretty cool. There are several in that series that I really like. and a bunch that I don't think I ever got. And so, you know, there's a real good chance I got one of every one from this series between all of these. So that is pretty awesome. Nice. Sir, as always, you spoil me, and I appreciate it. And someday, I hope to meet you and your lovely family in person. Right. I'm going to let this fire burn down, see if Swamp Cat will come in the house. She does not like the fire, so I will close the fire and see if she will come in. She probably won't, but, you know, what are you going to do? And then I'm going to go up to my Lego room and have deal with all of this, because it is awesome. All right. You spoil me, as always. I appreciate the questions. I appreciate the comments and all of the support. If you have a question you want answered, ask it in the comment section of this video. That's where I draw my questions from. If you wish to support my channel, there's Patreon down there in the description. Feel free to fling me $1 or send me some loot. Or just leave me a comment. Give me a like, share, whatever. Anyway, thank you for watching.